In early 2018, Trump's top White House aides faced a remarkable situation. The President of the United States said that he wanted to turn himself into a prosecutor. He wanted to use the powers of the federal government to investigate and go after his perceived rivals, enemies, and critics. With just weeks to go in an election in which Trump could go to prison if he loses, he has ramped up his pledges to use the powers of the federal government against his enemies and critics if he returns to the White House. This is a story about how White House aides tried to stop an unbound president. In 2018, two of the people who had to really confront this head on were John Kelly and Don McGahn. At first, they tried to tell Trump why this was a bad idea, but Trump wouldn't listen. And by April of 2018, he told McGahn that he wanted to go out and prosecute Hillary Clinton and the former FBI director, James Comey. McGahn said to Trump, wait. If you tried to do this, it would be really troubling. I'm gonna write you a memo. The White House counsel's office writes memos to the president all the time. What's unique about this case is that lawyers in the counsel's office, so concerned about what Trump may do, smuggled drafts of the memos out of the White House in the weeks after they were written. We have the full text of the memos. McGahn told Trump there is a strong presumption, particularly in the decades since the Watergate scandal, that the president should avoid direct influence in investigations and prosecutions. Despite being told repeatedly by Kelly and McGahn that this was a bad idea, Trump not only didn't give up in the short term, but he continued to try and do this until the end of his presidency. Hillary Clinton's campaign was investigated. John Bolton was investigated. Comey was investigated. Michael Cohen was thrown back in prison when it came out that he was about to write a damaging book about Trump. He repeatedly demonized the media, said they should be investigated. My phone records, along with 3 of my fellow reporters, were taken by the Justice Department. Reporters from the Washington Post and CNN had the same things happen to them as well. If you talk to former prosecutors who investigated Trump, or former senior White House officials, they'll tell you that one of their biggest fears is that if he returns to office, he will try and do this again. He will try to use the federal government to go after, to follow through on his vendettas against those who he doesn't like and wants to punish. If Trump were to return to office, the guardrails that were there before, those people who were trying to caution him against taking these actions, would almost certainly not be there.